Hold on.
Go ahead.
You can do action. We'll
Yeah.
play out.
Hold on.
Just gotta be on.
Am I on? Okay, welcome to Project Inside Out.
Wow.
My name's Whitney. Got a group of people here that have all done a little time behind bars. We bring this to you. It's a meeting, or it's a NA meeting we take inside.
It's not an NA meeting. The good part about this meeting is we don't, all of us are members of certain, we all have to carry our own pathway to recovery. Here's the best part about it all, Whitney, and this is what I love about you, because this is the perfect description and you fit it perfectly. Is we used to be in jail and we are now out doing something different. And in a nutshell, the message we're trying to give to you guys and girls is that if we can do it, you can do it too, right?
Anybody can do it. My name's Whitney. Got a group of people here, and tonight I have a very important subject that I think has a lot to do with jails and institutions and recovery, and that is social anxiety. It is something that I think we all suffer from at some point, in big groups, loud places, lots of lighting, colors, fast movement. I know for me, the first time that I was free again, I got a lot of, what's the word for it? A lot of social anxiety. It was almost like agoraphobia, which I don't know if you all know the definition of agoraphobia, but I'm pretty sure it's fear of large places and large groups. So let's just all talk about what type of social anxiety we feel on the outside, what we do to cope with that. And what's up, Brandon? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Good. Would you
Now,
like me to start?
now you just did a bit of time, didn't you?
I did.
And how have things been since you've been out? Tell us a little bit about what's going on with you.
Absolutely terrific. Things couldn't possibly be going any better right now. I can relate to the social anxiety piece too as well. I felt like I was being overwhelmed almost at first, when I first walked in the gate. John, literally, when John and all them came to pick me up from the jail, we all went out to eat and everything like that. I remember looking at the menu and just being like, there wasn't that many people in the restaurant when we went out to eat. And I'm looking around like, and John was like, we got a shank at every meal. We have a knife and a fork. It's pretty comical.
Yes.
I'm looking at a menu and I'm like, man, can't someone just bring me a tray for food? I don't even know how to order. It's been 16 months since I had an opportunity to order my own food. And I remember as soon as I walked into the church here, John was like, Brandon, where you at, Brandon? And called me. I could hear him in the hall. I'm down the hall by the bathroom. I can hear him screaming my name from the boardroom downstairs. And I'm like, oh God. So I walk in and there's the recovery coach class all sitting there. And he's like, here, and he sits me down and he reads that poem that I had written. And he asked me to stand up and talk to the class about whatever. And I'm like, all right. I'm like an hour out the gate, like fresh out the gate. I'm still wearing my wrinkled jeans, my vintage Sublime t-shirt that's been sitting in property for 16 months.
You fit in your clothes? Sorry.
Barely. I mean, the button really didn't fit. Kind of gained a little bit over around the waist area, which I'm slimming it down a little bit now. Less carbs every meal. You don't have to wake up, eat breakfast trays at 4 o'clock and lay it down for 3.5, 4 hours. Of course for me it was like double breakfast trays. But I felt like, but once I get going and I start talking and that anxiety kind of eases up a little bit. And now that I've become acclimated into this fellowship, man, it's nothing short of amazing, man, really. It really is. I mean, I got people that are hitting me up all day and night, just asking how I'm doing this, posting things on Facebook that I never thought I'd be posting, like going out to the lake and stuff like that, like I did today. That was really fun. Just hanging out with the guys from the house, taking funny pictures and doing crazy things. And when I remember last week when I came into here, we had our meeting up here, and there was another guy that had his some year reunion or something like that downstairs, and it was a huge gathering. There was like 200 people downstairs in the cafeteria area. And I walked down there and I was like, oh shit, I didn't really want to even be in there. The coffee machine was like still percolating. I was like, I'm not even waiting for that. I'm just getting the hell out of here. I went upstairs and sat in here because in reality I feel comfortable in a smaller setting, but it's good to be out there. I mean, everyone is so supportive and so caring, man. I mean, you've got there's so much opportunity out here. I've got so much opportunity to make something so much better for myself. I'm embracing every day. Every day is something new and better. And I like to think I'm doing pretty well with that. I'd like to pass with that.
Thanks for sharing, bro.
You're definitely doing well, and actually that's ironic that you should say that because I was standing in that same area downstairs. It was somebody's celebration, and I was like backing up. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like it freaks me out to be in a really large group of people like that. So are you saying that you're having fun in recovery?
Absolutely, every day.
Every day?
I actually enjoy going to meetings. Enjoy going and meeting everyone here, and getting a chance to go to the smoke shack, talk to people, just networking, and I mean, just enjoying the simple pleasures in life, man. I told Chuck Norris jokes on Facebook for like 2.5 hours one night. I hadn't laughed so damn hard in my life, man. This shit was hilarious. But I mean, there's just a lot of things that I do today that I just wouldn't have fun with before, especially if I was using. And it's just my whole mentality, my whole thinking on things has really shifted and changed for the better. I've done nothing the same this time. I've done absolutely nothing the same that I did last time when I got out. Everything is different. Everything is different this time around, and it's different for the better. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I try to share it with everyone I can.
Well, good.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you're having fun. I'm sorry, don't we usually go around and introduce ourselves first?
Sometimes.
Who's your little friend?
No, this is my social anxiety monkey.
He looks like he has social anxiety.
Somebody,
I
long
haven't
story
figured
short, somebody gave me this monkey so that I could get through a surgery, and for some reason it makes me feel more comfortable to bring him into large groups with me. I have no idea why. Everybody's probably like, John, I had him on somebody's back yesterday, and somebody's like, that's a monkey on his back, and that's kind of ironic. It's like the monkey's gotten off my back and he's sitting on my leg. So he just sits there with me, and I don't know, I look like a weirdo carrying my little monkey around, but for right now, that's what I'm doing. And,
Hey, don't beat yourself up. Could be worse. Could be a fucking spoon, a set of
Right?
rings,
I know.
a tie,
Yeah,
or cracked
that's
stem,
true.
and a broke coat hanger. Don't beat yourself up.
I was laughing today, and somebody was talking about how great it was to hear me laugh and portray true emotion. And I think that that's something we do when we use. We don't really, or for me, I can say I used to kind of make myself numb and not feel emotions. So, what do you think about that, Cody?
Definitely, that's a big thing for me. That's basically why I use. I like to I'm very antisocial, especially when I'm using. I'm not gonna, if I don't know you, I'm not gonna talk to you. If you don't have something to offer me, I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm just very antisocial when I'm using. I just get high and go off in my own little world and do whatever my chemically incapacitated brain tells me to do, which in my mind I think it's fun, but actually it's insanity. So yeah, and I got a lot of social anxiety too. Like I don't like Whitney said, I don't like being around in big groups of people I don't know. And she kind of freaked out. I'm like, who is this? Who is that? I don't know any of these people. But I kind of get used to that being here because you're around big groups of people all the time, and understanding that like coming here, it's like it's all one common unity. Everybody's here for a similar reason, and it all comes down to addiction and recovery. So even if you're not from here, you don't come here, you still have something to do with recovery. So that makes it a lot easier for me, at least, knowing that that's what it's like. So that's basically how I do it.
Have you found that you can have fun in recovery, Cody?
Yes, I do have fun. I have fun listening to music while I'm sober because I get more out of it, I guess. So, and recovery helps me clear my head. So at the end of the day, like since I had a full schedule, at the end of the day, like I feel like I've accomplished something. Like I've gone to all these meetings today. I met this person, that person, saw this person. Got some numbers. I had a good day. I did something productive. And there's honestly not that many people out there that do this stuff, like recovery, so yeah. pretty much it.
And really, you have accomplished something. You stayed clean for a whole day, which is a big accomplishment. in
Yeah, that's a huge
itself.
accomplishment, definitely. 'Cause
Roxanne, how do you see Cody when he's sober? Do you think he's got more of a light to his eyes and stuff?
Yeah, it beats locking himself in the bathroom.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think he's doing good. I'll be glad when all this stuff is further though. you know.
Yeah. I understand that.
And I'm glad he's here.
We are too.
We're glad to have him. John, how are you doing today?
I can't complain at all with it.
So, do you ever get social anxiety?
I did when I first came into rooms after 20 years, you know, overwhelmed. All these groups hit me at one time, going, oh my God, how am I ever going to get through this? And with the grace of God and the grace of the fellowship, I can't complain at all, you know. It's a good place, the McShin Foundation really helped me out. I really wanted this time, a lot of times. I just got into a network, got plenty of phone numbers, and feel welcome. That really helped. And when I go into a big room of people, it doesn't bother me anymore. I can talk. If I got something on my mind, I'll share it. Before my first 2-3 days in here, hell, my first month in here, I was complete silence. And I'm starting to have fun. Starting to laugh a little bit. I hadn't laughed in 20-some years. And I'm just starting to get a few little laughs. Nothing major yet. It will come in time, I hope. I'm sure it will. Had a good time today. Brian and I went out on the lake. My parents on the boat. That was a good time. Talked a lot and got to know each other and talked about things and really just enjoyed myself. Last time I was down there, I was getting drunk and you name it, I was doing that. I was on the boat. So it felt a little funny getting on the boat. A lot of memories on that boat, but they're all flushed away. When I stepped foot on there, I had to flush them all away. I tried to. But
Did you find you could have fun on the boat without using or
Yeah.
drinking?
yeah. We gotta get a bunch of people on the boat this summer. And go have fun. Got paddle boards, 2 kayaks. Good time down there. They got a beach across the way. A lot of swimming down there, you know. Just gotta get back into it. And have a bunch of people in recovery down there. Go fishing. The bass are nice out there. My buddy caught a 29-pound catfish out there.
Wow.
So, and I'm thankful. I'm so thankful for McShin that they gave me a chance. If they didn't give me a chance, I'd probably been back out there by now. You know, like I owe them a lot, you know. But all I do is give them my recovery, and that'll make them happy enough, I believe. What do you think, Dave?
I mean, I don't know, man. Stay
Let me ask you a couple questions. Tell the camera, in case these guys have never seen you before, who you are and what you do.
What?
Well, who are you? Who are you? Who are you and what do you do for a living?
What y'all do? Take this into Pamunkey?
Yes.
Any jail you can get it
Amongst
in?
other
We're
places.
getting ready to take it to Richmond too.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, my name's David Rook. I work here at the McShin Foundation. More importantly, though, I came to McShin from a jail cell to here. That was, actually, I went to jail 4 years ago today. So I'm celebrating 4 years clean today.
All right.
Project Hope gets filmed during my home group every week, so I usually don't get a chance to stick my head in, so that's why I came upstairs today, was just to see what y'all were doing up here, man. And I'm gonna get ready to roll out, but I know one thing, my life, I was thinking about it yesterday, getting ready to celebrate, 4 years clean. So on one hand, it feels like it was forever ago, because so much happens in such a short period of time, but on the other hand, it was only 4 years ago. When I think about the 4 years before that, whew. But, I mean, it really went from a life of desperation, misery, and it was just this fucking cycle. of, just misery. And, I took advantage of everybody I knew. The only relationships I have were relationships based on, whether I could get something from you, whether you could meet a need of mine to get more drugs. Other than that, I lived a very lonely existence. And that ain't true today. And also, man, the truth is I hated myself. Like, I wasn't okay with myself. I didn't like the way I felt. And that's what I used drugs for, to change. That's what everybody uses drugs for, change the way they feel, for one reason or the other. So, now I'm okay with the guy, staring at the camera. I'm all right with that. I'm okay every morning. I know that I get up, do the best I can every day. I know that it ain't all about me today. I give and give and give, and I know another thing. I chase my recovery. When I got out of that jail cell, that judge said it's 3 years, 0 tolerance, don't come back. I'm from a small podunk town. When they tell you 3 years, they mean it. I was gonna do three years of a 10-year, and he meant it. And he said, don't come back. Well, when I got here, man, I started listening to the people that were in recovery, and they had something that I didn't have. They liked themselves. They believed in who they were, and they really, it was just, that was attractive to me, and so I chased my recovery. When they say chase your recovery like you chase your drugs, I'm a newcomer chasing motherfucker, man. I chase down newcomers every chance I got. Now I get to work with them.
Yeah, now I'm chasing you like a motherfucker.
Now I'm thinking, what the hell was I thinking? But I became a newcomer chasing person. Every day was about helping somebody. And I learned about responsibility and commitment. If I'm saying I'm gonna do something, do it. If I'm gonna take on a responsibility, I'll hold that responsibility. It took me 35 years to realize responsibilities came before my selfish wants and needs. And I let go of, I ain't gonna tell y'all my whole story, it ain't that kind of party, but I let go of a bunch of old ideas that I had, and just kind of let the group guide me, people that have come before me in recovery. I let those people guide me in my recovery. I quit thinking, I quit making dumb decisions on my own. Jonathan, he's famous for making decisions on his own all the time, can't ask for guidance. I'm gonna call you out just cause, man, you deserve it. But that's, and you get that type of results. And I realized early on that I was qualified to, excuse my language, I was only qualified to take a shit and eat. And I really wasn't qualified to eat because I gained 60 pounds when I got to recovery, so I wasn't good at that either. So, truthfully, I wasn't qualified to do anything. So everything that I did had to be bounced off somebody in recovery. And to this day, I'm a little better at decision making, but I know left to my history tells me, left to my own devices, that I will make poor decisions if I do it too long by myself without involving other people that have been there and done that. So, that's what I do. And I got a great life, man. I get to be a father, brother, a friend. I get to be all these things. I got to go to the White House, to the governor's mansion. I know, I put on Facebook about my 4 years today. And the guy that runs, I don't know if y'all ever seen that show, Undercover Boss. But anyway, there's a guy on Undercover Boss one time from Subway. He has to be in recovery. I've met him a couple of times, so and those are like the least things in recovery, but they're cool little things that happen, like he's commenting on my Facebook, and I know him, I got delegates and, representatives and senators commenting and liking Facebook posts, so I know all these people, so that's cool. But like I said, the best gift is being able to look in the mirror and, be okay with the guy looking back at you, and then, making decisions. I wasn't worried about being popular when I got in recovery. I was worried about making meetings and keeping my ass safe. So I kept my crowd, with those people that were doing those things. But I got to run, man. I think my mom was in from out of town today. Wow. And so I got to get down.
Well, look, before you go, Whitney's facilitating tonight, and her topic is
Social anxiety.
Social anxiety. You get ready to walk into a room, probably close to 200 or more people down there. How do you deal with that today?
Man, let me tell you something. When I got here, one of the rules in McShin was you had to sit on the first 2 rows of a meeting. Ain't nothing in this world drive me more crazy than sitting on those front 2 rows. Man, I was paranoid. I was angry. I did not trust the person behind me. But what I really did was I found some people that I trusted, and I sat with them in the front, and over time I got used to it. I wouldn't speak in front of a crowd. I cut my teeth speaking at the Richmond City Jail in front of like 60, 70 dudes, and that's where I got used to speaking. And I do trainings all over the country now, you know, with no problem. I don't have a problem speaking. I believe in what I'm talking about. That helps, but really I've done the work, and I practice doing these things and put myself in uncomfortable situations. But if I, you know, and I did intakes here for a long time, and if one thing every single person that came in front of me said was, "You don't understand, I got anxiety," and I'm like, I don't want to hear it. 95% of people do. But the truth is that you just practice, and you get over that anxiety, you know? I mean, the truth is, most of the people in that room want the best for you. And once you realize that, you know, you're all right. Now, I still get uncomfortable with too many normal people. Like if I gotta do something with my kid's school, those people drive me nuts, you know? Betty Crockers and Susie Homemakers and all those people, you know, they drive me a little nuts, but I'm even more comfortable with them than I used to be. It just, your confidence will come with the work, you know? The more you believe in yourself, and the more you become okay with yourself, the better you'll do in those situations. So, you know, thanks for letting me interrupt.
Thanks for
man.
stopping by.
I'm
I
just
just
sticking my head
celebrated
in.
4 years.
We're gonna be down there to celebrate with you soon.
Oh yeah, and y'all don't have no idea how we're gonna eat tonight. Now y'all got a choice when you get out of jail. You can eat what you want to eat, and you can see who you want to see, and you can go where you want to go. But you know, that's why I always tell them I'm gonna smoke a cigarette, I'm gonna get some nicotine, I'm gonna drink a Red Bull, I'm gonna eat steak, pizza, you know, I'm gonna eat good tonight. But it's because I make a choice every day to stay in recovery. It keeps me out of them damn jail cells. Good luck.
Thanks, David.
I did.
Rob, you just joined us from the other side of the camera, correct?
Yeah,
Hate to put you on the spot. You don't have to talk about that if you don't want to. Or you can talk about social anxiety. Whichever one.
no, this is actually the first weekend that, for a while that I've been out of jail.
How does that feel?
Well, the social anxiety part about it was probably the two most important people in my life came to visit me for about 3.5 hours today. And I was actually nervous waiting to see them.
It's understandable. How did it feel to be able to touch the, well,
Now, I haven't talked to them through a glass on the phone.
yeah.
And I give them hugs. Sit there and eat lunch with them.
What'd you have for lunch?
We had wings and pizza.
Awesome. But you never had that on the other side of the camera, did you?
No. Still working on trying to get off that, the jail schedule. Like Brandon said, you know, it seems like I'm awake every morning at 4 o'clock, waiting for them to call me down to medical, check my blood sugar, and then swing by and pick a tray up and lay it back down for a couple hours. But, very grateful to John and Francis and McShin. I had a choice to make that it was either stay in jail or come to rehab. This is from my family. And I realized that they just wanted the best for me. And I'm grateful to be here.
We're glad to have you. How do you deal with social anxiety in general?
Try to avoid it as much as possible.
True that.
Like most of us, don't like large crowds. Probably a little more comfortable than some people, but just from my history. But it's a working process.
We're all a work in process. Thank you for joining us tonight, Rob. That means a lot. Cricket, how you doing? I
What's
know
up?
you're never one to shy away from a crowd.
Not anymore, but I'll tell you what, man, don't get it twisted. You know, do y'all know now the dude I was before I made some changes in my life. But like I used to be so bad with it. When I was a kid, I had like real low self-esteem and self-acceptance issues and shit. So like in order for me to feel like I fit in, like I'd do things to get attention. I'd be the class clown. I'd be cutting up. I'd be the one smoking in the bathroom. You know, I would do shit like that, man. But I wanted to fit in, you know, I really wanted to fit in. But, and even when I came to recovery, I still didn't feel like I belonged. I thought I was less than. I thought I was a hopeless case. I was, you know, I was in despair. I thought that for one thing, I didn't believe in myself. For another thing, I didn't believe that I was worthy of living a better way. So, like being around a bunch of people that were not only doing better than me, but smiling and, you know, being included in groups, like going out and shit. Everybody was getting invited and shit. Man, I felt like a complete social outcast, man. Yeah, anxious, man. I mean, that's putting it mild, man. I was like, look, y'all don't know, my stomach, nada. I would feel like butterflies in my stomach, my skin would crawl because I felt so out of place. Like when I was first introduced to like what we're doing now. But now, man, it's like, damn, man, it's like I opened my eyes like 11 months ago and I realized, look, this is exactly where I belong. Doing the shit that I'm doing now is exactly where I fit in the best, man. I no longer have to do things to impress people. Y'all like me or don't like me for whatever or whoever I am. You know?
Love you.
And I know you do, and I love you too. But it's like I'm at a point in my life where that's no longer the defining factor of whether or not I'm comfortable with myself. Is whether or not you like me. That doesn't define me no more. And for 30 some odd years it did. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really don't have social anxiety much anymore. We went to court for a guy last week. And when we left, the guy, Brandon was with me. And another guy was with a friend of mine was with me. And they were like, were you nervous? And I was like, actually, I really won't. But I was like, but when they first brought him at the bullpen, my heart beat a little bit. But I remember, look, if that would have been 11 months ago before I started living a new way of practicing principles, I'd have had a fucking massive heart attack right there in the courtroom, man. There's no way in the world I could have done that. You know, here's this guy's life and freedom on the line, man. I would have had an aneurysm or something. But it's pretty cool. I mean, I just fucking sought something new and I chased it. And once I found a new way, I started practicing it every day.
How does it feel to walk in and out of a courtroom by choice?
It feels like it's another person. It doesn't feel like it's me. You know, I mean, the people watching this tape know, man, I've been in and out for most of my adult life. You know, and the only reason I say my adult life is because when I was getting arrested when I was under an adult, I wasn't old enough to go to jail. So, you know, I mean, I've been breaking laws and doing antisocial shit my whole life. But yeah, it feels great. Like I said, it almost feels like an out-of-body experience. Like this, damn, is this really me?
How's the cricket today different from the cricket of 11 months ago?
Oh my God, I would have been, as soon as Cody would have asked me to go to the bathroom a minute ago, I'd have been in there looking to see if he had anything he could share with me. I'd be in y'all's pocketbooks and shit. I'd be lying to each and every one of you and manipulating the shit out of you because I practiced that for many years too and ended up getting pretty good at it. But I mean, I was a class A piece of shit. And not only in your eyes, but in my own eyes. I recognized that I was a piece of shit for the things I was doing. But,
Well, I'm glad we're dealing with the cricket of today instead of the cricket of 11 months ago.
Me too.
Michael, how you doing today?
I'm just exhausted. Yeah, but I've actually had more social anxiety in like the past 2 days than I have this whole time I've been in recovery. And I really don't know where it came from for real. Like I had like kind of like a panic attack yesterday, just something I wasn't prepared for. But I had some tools in place that I implemented when the time came. But I was in a really uncomfortable spot, and I don't know. It kind of happened again today, but it wasn't as bad. So I'm working on dealing with those things right now.
What would the old Michael, the Michael not in recovery, have done?
Oh, I'd have definitely put one in me.
Does it feel good not to have to resort to that today?
It does. Like, I don't know what's changed about me, but whether I want to play the tape all the way through or not, it happens. I play it through. And it's not of my own choice. Like, I don't know, it's kind of weird to explain, but, I just see the outcome, and I know it's so far from where I've come in this little bit of time, and I'm not trying to resort back to that by any means necessary.
How many days clean are you?
52.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations.
Definitely a miracle for me.
A record too, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
Congratulations. Is there any one certain thing you could say you did different this time to get those 52 days under your belt?
Yeah, it's definitely being of maximum service to my higher power and to others. That's the way to do it.
Good answer. Devin, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
What do you saved me the other day when you were like, hey girl, you going upstairs? And I was like, yes, thank God. Like I was standing in that big group like, what, you seem pretty comfortable in big crowds. Have you never had social anxiety or?
I've definitely had it. Years ago when I first came to recovery, I went to a foundation of New Life for Youth, which is Pastor Victor Torres and Pastor Carlos and a bunch of them guys. And it's a year program. I finished the whole year, and then I went to another recovery foundation. But yeah, man, they stuck me in the office, and I guess they seen something in me that I didn't see, and they stuck me in the office and sent me all up and down the East Coast and around the states. For I was a campaign coordinator, induction coordinator, so I'd be the one to see do your background check, make the phone calls if you're allowed to come into the foundation. Set up campaigns up and down the East Coast, talk with people, send solicitation forms, insurance forms, and then once I get to that state and to that place, I got to go inside and talk to this person in real life, and that was something that I was completely uncomfortable with. When I was out using, it was different. I could do something and show up to the party and be the life of the party. But that next morning, I was completely different. Until I got another one in me, and then I was. They were like, what's wrong with you, D? You was all right last night. You was at the party showing me, stuff on the phone. What I was doing, I don't even remember. But yeah, it was definitely different for me, man. And I thank God every day that they did, because, I had to just have faith, man, that God had something better for me, and then He had something, some stuff in me that other people seen, and they got it out of me, man. And trust me, it can get discouraging real quick, man. Especially when you're trying to, spread the word of recovery and, build a foundation and raise money and stuff, and then get people shutting you down. And then finally that one person comes, talks to you, and you get to share the hope, the experience, strength, and hope, and give people hope for their family members. And after a while, it just kind of came natural, and you get this thing of this sermon of reading people. You'd be able to read somebody very easily without even talking with them, just by their body language or the way they're moving or their eyes, and jail. Y'all know that in jail too. I mean, I know I did. That was how I read a lot of people too. If I should talk to them or not, ask them, hey, you want to work out or not, or hey, you want that chicken? I got a soup for you, stuff like that. So all that stuff led me up to where to things in life, and now, shoot, man, I go up to anybody. I go up to talk to anybody. And usually I can figure out within first couple of seconds or first couple of minutes what you're like, who you like, kind of just, spit a few things out. And, I was taught that through some classes and stuff too, dealing with people and things like that. But yeah, I always, even to this day though, like in meetings, I like sitting in the back in the corner. Like David was saying, like that's still one of my pet peeves. Like I gotta either sit at the end of the row or I have to sit in the back of the group. You're not really gonna catch me in between two people like I am right now. I know where I'm at right here. That door's locked, so I'm good. So but it takes time, man, and it really does. And it sucks being like that, man. Even up to when it gets to about right here, I'm good until it gets about right here, and then my heart gets beating. I'm like, I gotta breathe through my nose. I'm like, why is this happening? But it's just, once I let it go, start talking, it just comes, man. And it don't happen overnight. Trust me. It takes years and years of recovery and believing in yourself and knowing what you're talking about, so it takes time, and people are going to see stuff and you don't see, good and bad. So I'm always held accountable by that too. I think sometimes I wish I didn't. I always tell certain people in recovery, hey, you see something in me I'm doing wrong, let me know. And sometimes I wish I didn't tell them that, because they're trying to call me out and micromanage me too. So I'm like, I know what I'm doing. But yeah, it definitely takes time.
Do you find you're more open to suggestion today than you would have been in the past?
Always. Don't mean I have to accept it, but I am open to it, and I always listen, and I try to, I think, and I meditate or pray on it before I jump back at it. I take it, I hold on to it, brew on it for a little while, and I'll actually come back to that person or take that suggestion. You know, because us addicts, we like instant gratification. So even not even just getting something, but spitting something back out at somebody. You know what I mean? Somebody kirks out on you real quick, you want to kirk out right back. So, you know, sometimes it all is dealing with situations, man. It can definitely, and it's all aspects of life, not just in recovery, just dealing with life, period. These are little things that we never dealt with, you know, because I've been using since I was 11 years old. I'm 30. And I had a nice little, you know, 5-year, almost going on 6 years throughout the whole time of, you know, clean time. You know, have 5 years consistent and then a 2-year run and then up to this last 4 months. So, but I was out there using, I ain't had no social anxiety. I ain't had no time.
Right.
I call it dope, but I blow him up. Because I'm out with dinner with my mom, man, I don't care.
Right?
You know? Blow him up,
Call
make him
somebody
mad. I ain't care. You know what I mean? I walk right up, where you at? Little Chuck E. Cheese, I'm there. Hold on, walk right up in there, Jacob. Didn't care, you know? And I have no self-respect for myself or anybody else. That's one thing I definitely have today. And, it's all because of the rooms of recovery. The people around me, that's the biggest, is the people around me. Some people I don't like, but you know, usually those are the ones that I see myself wanting, or they see something in me, or those are the ones that usually we all judge people by the book very quick. Even though we say we don't, we do. I think we subconsciously do it sometimes, and usually that person's the one that I end up getting along with the most. Once I start, you know, humble myself and I sit back and listen, and then, you know, next thing we got some things alike where he says some real good stuff, and I'm like, oh, he's all right. Yeah, but that's just our nature of being addicts. You know what I mean? We judge people really quick, and I try not to, you know. And I'm back in recovery again. So I was talking to my girl the other day. I said, man, all these things that used to come so natural to me, man. But just that 2 years of running, man, it sucked all that recovery out, and the faith that I had in my higher power and everything that I read and everything you know, the actions I made and the way I thought was sucked out within the first 6 months of using, man. Like I was right back in the world, doing the worldly things, cussing, carrying on, kicking the bubble, automatic ways, and I picked a bunch of new stuff up too that I thought I never would pick up. So now I'm like, God, man. So it takes time. That's anxiety by itself.
So you're saying within 6 months of you relapsing, you were pretty much morally bankrupt?
After 5 years of being sober, consistently sober, and it wasn't just making meetings, it was full-time recovery 5 years straight. I was going up and down the East Coast. I was doing stuff in the city of Richmond. I had after-school programs. I had Bible studies every Saturday. You know, I was always involved. I had 2 houses with 30-something men in each one I had to deal with, so I was consistently in recovery, and I had to keep a soft heart at all times, and I had to die to my flesh and put myself in other people's shoes, and how would, you know, the rooms of recovery, how would God deal with this, you know? And it's hard to get that back, like especially just shooting out there like that.
Yeah.
It's the world will suck that stuff right out you quick. You think you don't, it does. It sucks it right out of you real fast. You don't stay plugged in, man. You get unplugged, the light goes out, and you're in the dark again. So definitely helps.
Well, we're glad you're here, Jonathan. Something I've always respected about Jonathan is that he tells it like it is and sticks true to what he believes. David was picking on you there for a second about making bad decisions. Is there a reason behind that?
Yeah,
God, ain't that a bitch, being honest?
I don't even know where to start at.
The beginning.
Yeah, I know, right? The other day, if you watch the last 2 videos, it was 3 videos, 3 weeks, I was in a bad spot. I seen that I was in a bad spot, but stopped taking suggestions, stopped listening, pretty much thought I knew it. And I went back out. It lasted probably about, 30 some hours. In that 30 some hours, I went out. I had to be woke up with somebody practically beating the shit out of my chest. I'm still bruised up from that. and I seen it coming. You know, when somebody would come up and tell me that, you know, you're about to use or go to jail in 3 seconds. It wasn't exactly 3 seconds, but I got high like they said I was gonna get high. And if I wouldn't have been able to tell you that before, because I mean, I stopped listening. It's aggravating as a bitch. I just picked up 60 days, and then 2 days later, I'm right where I was 60 days before that.
But you're here.
It sucks.
That's what's important.
Good life.
Yeah.
The bruise is a reminder.
That's right.
So would you say that you saw a lapse before you relapsed, as they say?
Yeah, I seen it, and that's why I would share what's exactly on my mind, because I don't really want to go back out there. I mean, within 20 minutes of me sitting in the car, I'm already like, man, fuck. And I come right back here. I mean, right back into a recovery situation, because I don't want no parts of that. Shit's not fun at all. I'm glad to be here. I really am.
Glad you're here.
We're glad you're here.
I know I gotta take more suggestions and listen. Like, it used to aggravate the shit out of me. They'd be on me about taking my hat off. And of course, you know, I know it all. I'm not gonna take my hat off. What's the hat got to do with getting high? And I didn't take my hat off. I didn't, you know, that was the first thing I started not to do. And then I just stopped listening all around, man. And it's retarded, because the people I stopped listening to are the people that have what I want. And, you know, maybe I thought I knew I thought I had it. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's aggravating, but it's humbling at the same time, because now I know how I do it, and what I know ain't shit. Because how I do it gets me high or puts me behind bars.
Say that one more time.
What?
What you just said. Back up, Lisa. Say that one more time.
How I do it gets me high or it gets me behind bars. Every time.
I was talking about the part where you said, I don't know shit.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know shit. My name is Jonathan Chris. I have no idea what the fuck's
We got that on videotape.
On national publicized.
Look, Jonathan, we give you a hard time, but we love you and we're glad you're here. For real. When I heard what was going on, I definitely feel like they take the good ones first. So it's about that time. Let's circle
We got
up.
like 5 minutes left.
You just looking at your watch? Tell me what's up.
That's what I try to tell you, say you knew.
Okay. So,
Who's behind the camera?
who's behind the camera?
I don't do it like that.
Ryan, you got anything to tell us today?
Nah.
How's River City Justice System going? Why don't you come over here for a second and tell us how the River City
Oh,
Justice
Lord.
System thing is going? You gotta move it.
What's up, y'all? Ryan.
Ryan, what's up?
I don't want to talk about that. I just want to say something about
Okay.
what we was talking about real quick. You know, the social anxiety thing, man, like, how many of y'all in here had social anxiety when y'all, or have it now, or had it especially when you first got clean? Every single person. I don't know not one person that don't have social anxiety when they get clean. I don't know one person that don't have depression when they get clean. I don't know one person that ain't up and down. You know, like, wrong with you, bipolar or whatever. They diagnosed me with all that stuff. You know, I don't take not one medication right now, not one. And they diagnosed me with all of that stuff. Bipolar, severe social anxiety disorder, and depression. So I've been there and I understand that, man, but like, you know, for me, like, and this is just me, I'm not saying some people don't have that, whatever, but, cause some people do, but for me, my disease is so cunning, and I ain't saying that I had that stuff when I first got here, but my disease is so cunning and baffling that it tells me that I got this problem, you know, I got social anxiety, and that's really just my disease saying, give me some drugs so I can feel better.
Anger.
You know what I mean? And so, and I tried that. They put me on Klonopin, I took that, you know, and I took about 50 of them.
Ain't it?
You know,
Today.
in the hospital. Yeah, they give me said one 3 times a day. I took one every 3 minutes.
Right.
One day.
It said 8 day on it.
You know,
So,
you know, man.
and that's just, that's just how it was for me. And even now, man, you know, like I'd be lying if I said that I don't still get like that, you know. Sometimes, man, just out of nowhere, for no reason, I just have anxiety. But like, you know, I just don't use. I call somebody, I tell them how I'm feeling. Sometimes I just gotta go through it, you know, or I read something, or I pray, or whatever. But I know for me, just like taking something is just not the answer, man. So, and kind of like David shared, and I think Cricket did too, man. Over time, and some other people, over time, man, you know, a lot of my stuff stemmed from my low self-esteem and feeling like I was less than. And you know, so when I got in a room full of people, it was like, you know, I felt like, oh my God, like I don't fit in here. And then it would just, especially when I first got clean. Cause like I remember sitting in meetings and like, really feeling like I was gonna jump out my skin, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't sit there, like after 10 minutes I was in the bathroom, come back to the coffee pot, come back, outside smoke a cigarette, come back. But like I just didn't use, man, you know?
It's true.
And like now, man, you know, now like I go to a meeting, stay in there the whole meeting, I do get up a lot, but I don't get a meeting. But then I get, you know, then I go to another meeting, like I'm cool with it, man, you know, but I mean that stuff, you know, there's other ways to deal with it without medication, man. And, some people need medication. I'm just not one of them people. God has guided me on ways to deal with that. So I think it's a great topic when we're bringing that up because a lot of people don't know, you know, that you can, you know, that we all suffer from that. Everybody feels different, you know.
And you have some pretty significant clean time, don't you? Did you find that with time things got easier, like you said, or did you just learn ways to get through it?
I think, yeah, I mean, it got easier.
You said at the beginning it
it got
was like
easier.
that.
It got easier, and I just learned. I mean, I just didn't want to get high anymore, man. So like, I'm just gonna fight it, tough it out, and then, you know, now like once I begin to do esteemable things, I start to feel good about myself again, and like, you know, I mean, it ain't that bad no more. I still feel uncomfortable a lot of times, but like, it's all right. I ain't got wanting to feel good and comfortable all the time is what got me with a needle in my arm, you know. I mean, it's just part of life. Everything ain't always peaches and cream, you know what I mean?
It's a song.
So we've got everybody from somebody who's fresh into recovery to somebody who's got 2 and 4 years clean, talking about anxiety and the ways that get easier. So seems like there is hope.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Tell them where they can come, but we would like to have them be a part of this thing when they get out.
Yeah. We do this now?
Every Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Every single Sunday we meet and do this thing we call Project Inside to deliver this message to the guys and girls still behind bricks, bars, and glass. And we just try to show y'all that we can do it, you can do it too. We want y'all to be a part of it, man. You get out, we'll put you on the Facebook group and you know, we can share some shit on there together or whatever. But you know, we don't just meet here on Sundays and then see each other next Sunday, man. We interact with each other all throughout the week. And some of us interact all throughout the day, all throughout the week. So, I mean, you know, because we relate to each other better than we do everybody else around here because we got more in common than we do other people. You know, we've all been to jail and are now doing something different. So we kick it, right?
We're a large group of recovering addicts having fun in recovery.
That's right. So
Right
you come
here.
here, man, at 2300.
Dunbarton Road.
That's right.
McShin Foundation. Is that right?
Every
Did I
Sunday.
say that? Every Sunday. My name's Whitney Sinclair. This is Project Inside Hope, and let's circle up.
Good job, Whitney.
Oh, wait, 3%.
3% club representative.
Okay, who brought us here today?
God grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, keep coming back. It works if you work it, you die if you don't. So work it and live. Be down.
You sound like a radio.
Yeah, right.